His tomb was found directly beneath the tomb of Ramses VI, which had been built much later on. As a result, the debris from the construction had been dumped into the entrance to Tutankhamun's tomb. A stroke of luck for us today, since the boy king's tomb thus remained intact and hidden for more than 3,000 years.
On November 4th, 1922, British archaeologist Howard Carter made one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of all time when he uncovered the hidden tomb of the boy king Tutankhamun in Egypt's Valley of the Kings. The tomb had remained largely untouched for over 3,000 years, making it an extraordinary find that would change the world of archaeology forever. Since then, the treasures within King Tut's tomb have captivated the world's imagination, and it's been a century of both fascination and mystery. However, new discoveries and insights into the tomb and the life of King Tut continue to emerge, including findings that challenge what we thought we knew about the ancient pharaoh. King Tut's tomb is undoubtedly one of the most famous and well-preserved tombs ever discovered. Though King Tut was not a particularly prominent pharaoh in terms of his reign, his tomb's discovery would prove to be invaluable in understanding ancient Egyptian culture. Carter and his team uncovered more than 5,000 artifacts, many of which were crafted from solid gold, intricate jewelry, and other precious materials. These artifacts gave insight into not just the lavishness of Egyptian royalty, but also the lives of the people in ancient Egypt. The boy king's funerary mask, one of the most iconic pieces of art in history, was found in the innermost of 3 coffins and became the symbol of his mysterious life and death. The mask, made of 24-pound solid gold, features Tutankhamun's likeness with a false beard, and its beauty is still unmatched, shining through the sands of time. The tomb also contained items such as furniture, chariots, musical instruments, and weapons, all meant to accompany the king into the afterlife. While the discovery of the tomb and its treasures was sensational, it was not without its own strange and ominous stories, many of which continue to fascinate people to this day. Perhaps the most famous of these is the Curse of the Pharaohs, the notion that those who disturbed the tomb would be struck by misfortune or death. This idea gained momentum after Lord Carnarvon, who funded the expedition, died under mysterious circumstances shortly after the tomb was opened. Combined with the untimely deaths of several other people connected to the excavation, fueled the notion of a supernatural curse. However, modern science has shown that the deaths associated with the tomb may have more to do with natural causes, such as bacterial infections, rather than any ancient curse. Despite this, the legend of the curse continues to captivate the public, adding an air of mystique to an already fascinating discovery. One of the most intriguing and mysterious artifacts found in King Tut's tomb was a dagger, which seemed out of place at first. The dagger's sheath was made of gold, as one would expect for a royal artifact, but the blade was made of iron, a metal that was not smelted in Egypt until centuries later. The discovery of an iron blade in a tomb dating back to around 1323 BC immediately raised questions about how it came to be there. For years, the dagger's origins were a topic of speculation. Some believed it might have been a gift from a foreign ruler or a diplomatic gesture from another civilization. But in 2016, technology allowed scientists to further investigate the dagger, and they made a groundbreaking discovery. The iron in the dagger was not from any earthly source. It was made from meteoric iron, meaning it had originated from a meteor that fell from the sky. This discovery gave the dagger a much more symbolic meaning. To the Egyptians, iron from the heavens was a gift from the gods. The dagger became more than just a weapon. It was a divine artifact meant to protect King Tut in the afterlife. The meteorite blade underscored the king's importance and his connection to the divine, making the dagger a symbol of royal power and celestial favor. The question of how King Tut died has been one of the most hotly debated mysteries since the tomb's discovery. Tutankhamun died at a young age, likely around 18 or 19, but the circumstances surrounding his death remain unclear. Was it an accident? Was it murder? Was he the victim of illness or disease? When the mummy was first examined in the 1920s, researchers noticed what seemed to be evidence of a blow to the head, leading to theories that he might have been murdered. This theory was further fueled by the fact that Tutankhamun had no heirs, which seemed to suggest that someone had a motive to eliminate him from the throne. However, later studies showed that the evidence of head trauma was not as clear-cut as once believed, and some theorists have since abandoned the idea of murder. In 2005, Connecticut scans revealed that Tut's left femur was broken, which raised the possibility that he had suffered a chariot accident. But this theory has also been questioned, as the scans could not determine whether the injury occurred before or after death. What's more, some researchers believe that Tut's death may have been caused by a combination of factors, including his physical ailments. He had a club foot and possibly suffered from epilepsy and an infection from a broken bone. Further complicating the issue, DNA testing revealed that Tutankhamun's parents were likely siblings, raising the possibility of inbreeding, which could have contributed to his many health issues. Despite all these findings, no single cause of death has been definitively proven, leaving the boy king's demise shrouded in mystery. One of the most poignant and surprising discoveries in Tutankhamun's tomb was the revelation of two stillborn daughters. Though Tut's brief reign did not produce any heirs, the tomb contained two tiny wooden coffins, each holding the mummified remains of a female fetus. The babies, believed to have been born prematurely, were likely the result of Tut's marriage to his half-sister Ankhesenamun. These stillborn daughters were buried with their father, a practice that was not uncommon in ancient Egypt for royal families. The discovery of their remains adds a heartbreaking layer to the king's story, showing that despite the wealth and power of the royal family, not even the gods could protect them from the harsh realities of life. Tutankhamun's tomb has had a lasting impact on the field of Egyptology. Before the discovery of his tomb, Egyptology was still in its infancy. The treasure-filled tomb provided a wealth of information about ancient Egyptian burial practices, art, religion, and daily life. King Tut's tomb revealed the sophistication and intricacy of Egyptian culture, and the artifacts found there have inspired generations of archaeologists and historians to continue uncovering Egypt's secrets. Additionally, the way in which Carter and his team meticulously documented and cataloged the tomb's contents set a precedent for modern archaeological practices. Today, scientists continue to use advanced technology like CT scans and 3D imaging to study Tut's remains and artifacts without disturbing the tomb, allowing for a more respectful and non-invasive approach to archaeology. Although King Tut's reign was short and relatively insignificant compared to other pharaohs like Ramses II. His tomb and the treasures within it have left an indelible mark on history. The discovery of Tut's tomb, along with the continued research into his life and death, has provided invaluable insights into ancient Egyptian civilization. Yet, as we celebrate the centenary of this remarkable discovery, we are reminded that the story of King Tut is far from finished. New findings continue to emerge, reshaping our understanding of the young pharaoh and the world in which he lived. Whether it's the discovery of meteoric iron in his dagger, the revelation of his stillborn daughters, or the continuing mystery surrounding his death, King Tut's legacy is ever evolving, and his tomb will remain a symbol of ancient Egypt's enduring mystery and grandeur. As researchers and archaeologists continue to unlock the secrets of King Tut's tomb, one thing is clear: the boy king, whose life ended far too soon, continues to captivate the world and spark a sense of wonder and awe that transcends time.